going to be a big game. I'm just talking to you. Cameroon, Gabon, that's a close game. That's going to be a close,
very, very close.
Very close.
Yeah.
Okay, start us off in that one.
Okay, Cameroon, Gabon is another game that's going to be very close. It's going to be the chaotic football federation in Cameroon, albeit with a lot of talented players, versus the experience of Gabon. Don't forget, we have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang still in Gabon with loads of experience.
Yeah, but I hear this thing that I heard. I hear that he may not. I hear that he'd be absent or something. I'm not sure about that.
Oh, okay.
We haven't. I haven't. I need to make sure that I clarify that. But I think he might be. Yeah, but other than that, yeah. Sorry, continue. But that might be a big loss for them. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, perhaps maybe injury because he still played against Nigeria in the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
So if he plays, he's like their talisman. He gives them a lot of confidence and drive. And but age is on his side and is not quite as quick and as fast as he used to be. But you could see them against Nigeria before, what's this guy, Osimhen, started to score. They really put us under a lot of pressure. So I expect them to give Cameroon loads of problems. And Cameroon doesn't look as, as talented as they used to be. They just have a few players that we could talk about here. Manchester United's Brian Mbeumo, and of course Brighton and Hove Albion's Carlos Baliba. Those are the standout players. Baliba is a very young, energetic
in midfield,
that's going to give a lot of teams a run for their money. And we could see how Brian Mbeumo has hit the ground running at Manchester United. So apart from that, it's difficult to find another standout name for Cameroon. And with all the chaos in their football federation, I hope psychologically they will be able to settle in this game.
Yeah, and that's the uncertainty. What was the last news that we have? Have they decided who's the coach? Is it going to be, what's his name, the white guy?
I think it's the white guy. They've settled on the white guy. And I think basically Samuel Eto'o has handed his hand off this.
Oh, yeah, but after the damage has been done. Because now the team is going to be a little bit unsteady in this first match because they've been so unsettled. But the way I'm looking at this match is that Gabon, very compact team, mid-block. They don't do low block. Mid-block, very good midfield, but their midfield is more of like based on CDMs and sort of putting pressure in the midfield. They're disruptive in the midfield. They don't hold the ball, so they're disruptive in the midfield. Mid-block defense, very well organized, and they will try. And what they will do is that they'll absorb Cameroon's pressure and try to push Cameroon will hold the ball more, but they'll try to push them into spaces that aren't a threat. So what they'll do is try to neutralize Cameroon's midfield. Cameroon is going to play with a build-up, very creative midfield and try to use skill and passing combinations to get through. But I feel that Gabon's midfield is like a sponge. They don't necessarily... They do a press, but it's a moderate press. They don't hold the ball a lot. But the thing is they do is that because of the way they are positioned and shaped, the only place you can go is spaces which aren't dangerous. And as soon as you shift, the defense starts to shift very well. So it's going to be a very, very close match. And I can't predict. Maybe like if Cameroon is able to break them down and score, it'll be maybe a goal. And with Gabon, if they're going to score, they tend to be a little bit like DR Congo, in which they play collectively, sort of like mass attack, mass defense. So if they're going to score, it's going to be if they can build up some momentum and pass amongst each other. But it's going to be difficult for them to score a lot also. So I'm going to predict that this game could be 0-0 or 1-0. I'm going to lean towards Cameroon. What about you?
I agree with you. It looks like a goalless draw written all over it. And like you rightly mentioned, the analogy of sponge, they're going to absorb and, neutralize everything Cameroon has in store for them. It appears that Gabon can sense that psychologically Cameroon are not quite ready for this competition and they don't have as much stardust as they usually have. I mean, the last time this competition was hosted in Morocco in 1988, Cameroon won the tournament. You look at the Cameroonian team today, they are a million miles away from the team that won that tournament. So realize that the Cameroonian team is just on paper by name. They're not just as talented. So I think they're going to give Cameroon a good run for their money. And at the end of the day, it could end in a goalless draw, like you said.
Yeah, what's funny? Let me tell you what Cameroon is like. They're like the U.S. economy. This is what I mean. U.S. economy is still good, right? But it's an empire in decline.
It is.
Cameroon is a team that's slowly declining. They're still good.
It's a fading power.
Because you know that when we were young, when I was 28 years old, if you mention Cameroon, I'd be like, hey, Rigobo Song, no
of
way.
Course. Roger Miller,
all those bad boys. And of course, Eto. Those guys, you don't fuck with them. So they're still a good team, but they're in decline.
They're in decline, sure. They're in decline.
And I hear that Aubameyang is injured, but they're rushing. 2 hours ago, they just said that he has an injury, but it's 50-50, but they're trying their best to prepare him. Yeah. But even if he plays, he's a little bit off, and that's going to affect their scoring ability. It's going to affect their offense. At
that age, you can't run anymore. And
he looks young, fine boy, but he's old though.
Yeah, he's an old man. If he overdoes it, he has an hamstring injury, so he's not just as fit as he used to be in his.
All right, that's one of the matches of this first round. This is going to be a bloody match. Sure. Gabon and Cameroon. I can't wait to see it. All right, take us out of Falabi.
Okay, it's been another brilliant preview of our AFCON first round series between Gabon and Cameroon. And from Mustafa and myself, we'll be back again to do the preview.
Wow, Abba, we try.
4 games.
I didn't know all the research either, but just pretend. Sometimes you have to just do that shit. You get my point?
I had to wake up early and research about this shit, man.
I just took my head off and threw it. And I still have to go to work. And you know what time it is here? It's 8:46. I've been up since 6 in the morning. That's what these guys like excited